Everything changed right in front of them, like watching a curtain drop after years of silence. That's what one courtroom insider said after day 3 of Diddy's trial, when the truth burst into the open like a dam finally breaking. Nobody saw it coming. Not this fast. Not this loud. Not this brutally public. The court had barely adjourned when word of the explosive footage spread like wildfire across Hollywood. Phones buzzed. Messages flew. Celebrity circles split into chaos. People weren't just whispering anymore, they were choosing sides. And the carefully built wall of silence around Diddy? It began crumbling as quickly as his composure in court had. For years, anyone who tried to call it out was branded crazy. You're just a hater, they'd say. You're bitter. You're looking for attention. But now the whispers were echoing out loud. You see it now, said one industry veteran who had warned others long ago. All these complaints, they were real. People were warned. They were paged. But nobody wanted to listen until now. And just like that, the public tide turned. Even Jay-Z's name started surfacing in late-night conversations. When the new lawsuit dropped, one voice said, I thought, wait, this has to be why Jay's been quiet. That had to be there, behind the scenes. And suddenly, every delayed memory, every long-forgotten accusation, started crawling back to the surface. Look, one person said, I'm conflicted when someone remembers something 20 years later. I get it, but some things leave scars too deep to forget. And when they resurface, it's usually because something worse just got revealed. For decades, Diddy had been untouchable. His fame, money, and massive influence in the industry created an impenetrable shield. A-list collaborators, exclusive events, VIP invitations. They protected him, they stood beside him, and they looked the other way every single time rumors popped up. Speaking out against him? That was a career-ending move. But that all changed on day 3. The footage, the courtroom breakdown. That's when silence turned into action. But it wasn't the video alone that did it. It was 50 Cent. By publicly showing up for Cassie, by standing firmly on her side, 50 broke the seal. 50 coming out for Cassie shattered the dam. One insider said, people finally felt like they could support her without being the first to do it. And suddenly, the exodus began. Within hours, celebrities started backing away from Diddy at full speed. Usher, once Diddy's musical ally, unfollowed him, quietly, no announcement, just gone. Mary J. Blige, a Bad Boy Records icon, did the same. Justin Bieber, who once called Diddy his mentor, deleted every single photo of them together and removed him from his socials. These weren't accidents, these were deliberate breaks and the start of a fast unraveling. Cryptic posts flooded social media. Lizzo, believe women. The Weeknd, power doesn't equal truth. Drake, the truth always surfaces. None of them mentioned Diddy by name, they didn't have to. Even Cardi B went live, saying, I've seen this behavior in the industry for years. We gotta stop protecting wrongdoers just cause they got money. She never said Diddy's name, but everyone watching understood who she meant. Behind the scenes, Diddy's world was collapsing. His calls? Straight to voicemail. He called Rihanna 6 times. She didn't answer once. Word spread that even Beyoncé and Jay-Z were refusing to issue statements. His own allies had gone radio silent. Meanwhile, Cassie's support grew stronger by the hour. Women who had previously worked with Diddy reached out to her legal team, volunteering to testify. Even celebrities who never speak out about lawsuits were stepping up. Lady Gaga reportedly sent Cassie flowers. A simple note was attached, I believe you. Just a week ago, that would have seemed impossible. But Diddy's grip on the industry? It had broken. And with each day, more names disappeared from his side. But the real explosion was still coming. With celebrities abandoning him and pressure mounting, Diddy's carefully crafted image as the unshakable mogul began to fracture, publicly and dramatically. How much is this guy trying to get away with? Someone asked. In court, footage had to blur his face and deepen his voice, but the internet instantly recognized who it was. You heard that, right? One commentator said, that was him, no doubt. This wasn't subtle, this wasn't in the shadows, this was right there, in the open. He wasn't in the closet, he was in the hallway, visible to everyone. And when people reviewed old interviews, especially the bizarre one with Fabulous, the signs were suddenly obvious. He wasn't even hiding it. One person said, he just didn't care, and we let it slide. Then came day 3. The courthouse was packed, media in the back, celebrities scattered throughout. And 50 Cent, sitting silently, arms folded, eyes locked forward. Court staff noticed something was off. Diddy couldn't sit still. He kept whispering to his lawyers. His leg bounced under the table. He loosened his tie, tightened it again. Classic signs of someone about to snap. Cassie took the stand at 2:30 p.m. She looked directly at the jury, voice steady, calm, controlled. She described a 2019 moment when Diddy threatened to destroy her career if she ever left him. He said he made me, and he could destroy me just as easily. Before she even finished, Diddy started shaking his head. His attorney placed a hand on his arm, trying to steady him. The judge noticed. She scribbled something and passed it to Diddy's legal team, most likely a warning. But it was already too late. Cassie then detailed a horrifying weekend at Diddy's Hamptons estate in 2018. He'd locked her in a room, 2 days, no contact, all because she spoke to another music executive. And that's when it happened. Diddy's face changed, his jaw clenched, his eyes widened, a vein bulged on his forehead. The courtroom sketch artist later captured it perfectly, pure fury, raw and exposed. Suddenly, Diddy stood up. His attorney tried to pull him back. It didn't work. "That's all lies," he shouted, finger pointed at Cassie. "You know what you did." The entire room froze. Even the court reporter paused. Cassie flinched, but never looked away. Then Diddy turned toward the back of the room, at 50 Cent. "And you," he yelled, "you'll regret getting involved in this." Security rushed forward. Guards placed themselves between Diddy and Cassie. The judge slammed her gavel. "Mr. Combs, you will control yourself in my courtroom." She stared him down. "One more outburst and you will be held in contempt." Diddy's attorney begged for a recess. "Sit down, counsel, we continue." The spectators were in disbelief. The man who built his brand on being composed, cool, had lost it. A juror scribbled furiously in her notebook. That outburst would not go unnoticed. Meanwhile, Cassie stayed steady. She calmly took a sip of water and resumed testifying. Later, her attorney said it was because she knew she wasn't alone anymore. She had people like 50 Cent backing her now. And speaking of 50, his reaction? A slow nod, a faint smile, like he had been waiting for this moment. The power dynamic had shifted. Everyone felt it. As court adjourned, Diddy's team scrambled. Their entire defense, built on portraying him as a calm, dignified businessman, was now useless. An insider said they worked all night rewriting their strategy. The new plan? Play the victim. By morning, they filed for a mistrial, claiming that 50 Cent's presence was a tactic to provoke Diddy and bias the jury. They included screenshots of 50's posts as proof. But Judge Harmon rejected it immediately. "Mr. Combs' actions are his responsibility alone," she wrote. "No excuses." Now, Diddy's team is in panic mode, trying to salvage the case. They've shifted strategies again. Now he's not cool and calm. He's passionate but misunderstood. But Cassie's lawyers? They're playing chess. They just filed to introduce 3 new witnesses, all of whom refused to testify earlier. Now that Diddy's power is fading, they're ready. A former security guard, 2 personal assistants, all with first-hand knowledge. And 50 Cent? He's doubling down. He's posted 7 times since the outburst. The most recent? A side-by-side of Diddy shouting in court, and the leaked security footage. Captioned, "Actions speak louder than lawyers." It got 3 million likes in 6 hours. And the firestorm? It's just getting started.